All right, what's going on, guys? Happy Monday. Hope you guys are doing good. I missed you guys. I would not recommend for anybody wondering. For anybody wondering, I would not, if you can help it, I would help, not doing a 2-day bachelor party right before a wedding. I would recommend don't do that, just for the record. But I'm alive and I made it. So what's good, guys? Let me know if you guys traded this morning. Obviously, we didn't do a Zoom call with the Discord at all because I didn't really feel like there was a clear bias. And if I had to be brutally honest with you guys, yeah, I got another 3-day bachelor party. Well, at least it's not like the wedding is not like the finale of it. No, I did not hit up the casino. But I definitely spent more than I should have. No casino though. All right, so just to be brutally honest with how this morning looked when I looked at the chart, this is the setup that I sent on Friday that didn't activate, so ignore this. Let me delete it. I'll delete this as well. So coming into this morning session, and this is kind of what I had in mind. So I saw, where did I wake up at? So I woke up at like 4 this morning because I had to drop off the last guy at the shuttle to make it to the airports. So I looked at the market a little bit, but then waited and got up obviously this morning for our session. And I'm looking at the market and I see these relative equal lows down here. And then like right before I decided to like just call the session off and wait till PM, we just saw this huge, burst through this high. And it wasn't looking like it was going to even react. It initially closed here, but then it just started pumping right through again. And I'm like, you know what? Like, to me, the draw on liquidity at that moment was more so these relative equal lows. But I didn't like the way that this was looking. And I'm like, something tells me that I'm not seeing this right. And this needs to work higher, which it did in hindsight. So I don't know. I didn't look at like the 1 minute time frame or anything to see if like there was a good setup. I'm sure there probably was at least one in this little price leg up. Had I taken it, I don't know. It's a whole nother story. I'd have to go like actually look and sit down and try to be honest with myself about it. But all I can say is that my draw most likely would have been incorrect initially. So odds are that's probably not a good sign. So with that being said, I don't know if you guys traded this morning. If you did, let me know whether you won or whether you lost. It's all good. And right now, we're just simply going to wait for a good little PM session setup. Let me jump back out here to the 15. We can actually spend some time and mark some stuff up. We might not really get anything until the silver bullet hour, which is now for 20 minutes. But just because, we're finally wrapped up with the New York lunch hour. And to me, we've got a nice range here. So I just wanted to be on here earlier rather than later. So that way we're not scrambling to get into a trade and trying to open the call at the same time. But just to scale out here and take a peek at some stuff, and we'll even scale out, I guess, even farther. We come out here to this weekly time frame. Obviously, kind of the similar storyline that we've been trading inside of now for the last week or so, which is basically this weekly liquidity void. Now, here's what's interesting about this is if we mark this up, I deleted it just because I didn't really feel like I needed it on here anymore, but I'll put it back on here for now just to show you guys. So this is the weekly liquidity void, and this is consequent encroachment, which we've now redelivered to. What's interesting about this is at the end of last week is that we pushed through it very strong. Then we ended up closing right at consequent encroachment, and now so far we've kind of began delivering higher still for this week. But this doesn't really mean much right now. It's Monday. Obviously, we've only had one session, which was AM session so far this week. So with that being said, anything is possible. I guess what I would kind of anticipate potentially happening, obviously there's only two alternatives, right? It's going to just fly right through and fill the rest of this liquidity void. This was kind of just a little bit of a telltale sign for me. So for right now, I would say I'm almost leaning a little bit more bearish in the sense of this could be just the manipulation to then actually expand lower. At least for this week. That's kind of my thought process. We still have this opening range gap high. We have this opening range gap low. If I turn regular trading hours on, you can see what I'm talking about. This is from, what day is this? Thursday. So that's Thursday's opening range gap, still wide open. We've got this opening range gap from Tuesday into Wednesday, wide open. So, you know, we've got a lot of reason to come lower and mitigate some stuff, even sweep some sell side. So that's kind of why I have that bias, I would say, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. But yeah, obviously we know that it's Monday and we know that, you know, there's always going to be a lot more clarity to be had once we get, you know, again, into Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on. But yeah, that is the narrative for right now. And I will actually see if I can delete this. Oh, do I gotta like zoom all the way back out again? No, we're good. All right. So, but I will keep consequent encroachment on the charts. This little gone box, the range that we drew on that weekly liquidity void. And we might be using it in terms of, you know, a take profit, just depending on what kind of a trade we get. So we can at least reference that level. But as of right now, today, I don't believe there's an opening range gap. So this is Thursday to Friday. Okay, and then opening range gap, I don't really believe there was much of one today. No. So here's Friday right to Monday. So this is basically right at that consequent encroachment level. So that's all right there. There wasn't a whole lot of gapping around going on this weekend. I want to give this a chance. I don't want to just get caught in anything subpar. So I'd really like to see this market structure shift take place. Here on the 1 minute, we do have SMT, which I do like. Or if anything else, I would like to see a higher time frame displacement fair value gap left behind as well. So I'm going to give this a little bit of time here. We'll see. I wouldn't mind this get punched through quick. Have this maintain structure. There we go. See what I mean? So this liquidity run actually brought a reaction. It actually gave it right away, which was nice. Right here. So you actually can see price react. So in the moment when you're looking at price action, that's what I like to see, is that. Otherwise, it's just, you know, that's the rules of structure. Higher highs, higher lows, lower lows, lower lows. So, yeah, this is what I got my eye on for right now. Short position inside this gap. Very tight stop, 2 points. So, like, this would be a trade that I probably could get away with increasing my size. Given that it's Monday and that looking at the price action thus far kind of gives me the heebie-jeebies. So, I'll probably just stick with 2 contracts and just have a lower risk trade. So, I would really like to target that. Seems like a big range, but it's only 9.5 handles. Just kind of shows the volume that we've had today, which is not much. Let's see, we got a minute and a half left of this candle here on the 2 minute time frame. So what I would like to see also potentially, if we wanted to shift our entry a little lower, would be obviously this gap kind of left behind untouched. Looks like we might get that, so we actually might be moving our entry down anyway. Which is still 3.75 handles. Need this off of there. And because we have SMT, I will execute here. I'll have to double this up now to 14 ticks. Still less than a 0.5% risk. But I'm gonna get short here, guys. Probably look to just get out fully here. Yeah, probably gonna do that. 1 to 2. And yeah, this will probably end up being the only trade of the day. One more tick up there. All right, we stuck. So I got that entry, guys. Ended up getting a little bit lower fill. See what happens. I was hearing the voices. Why didn't you enter? It was 1 tick. I was hearing the voices, man, in my head. So yeah, I'm in, guys. I'm short. This is still a lighter risk trade based on our fixed lot size conversation earlier. But if you wanted to wait for this gap, I'll leave that up to you. It would make sense to me if we got there, but this is on the 1 minute chart, by the way. We're looking at the 2 minute. And then, yeah, if you guys wanted a 5-handle TP1, 53.75, so 48.75, based on where my entry was. Literally right at this low. I don't even need to put a line here. Let's extend this. At the macro low is 5 handles. Quite slow, quite slow. That's why I'm really not really trying to aim for. I mean, I know I'm gonna say that, and then this shit's just gonna dump, and then we're gonna hit 20 points, and what I said isn't gonna age well. But like, I'm fine getting out at 7.5 today. If it's, I mean, if the if it's willing to give me it. But yes, now at this point, I wouldn't even expect to see this high get taken. If it is, probably not good. But we've come up here, we've done everything we really need to do now. Same with NQ. If we're wrong, we'll see this high get ran, and we'll probably see ES deliver to this high up here. And that's how you really can tell when conditions are improbable. It's just if these things that should respect based on your analysis, like they respect, that they disrespect, and then all of a sudden it flips again, and like that shouldn't be happening. That's what makes it improbable, because it makes the strategy pointless. Just go get us out. We're ready to move on to tomorrow. What are we waiting for? Go. One minute out from the macro. Yeah, there you go. I would expect this macro to push us up higher. So, okay, well, starting off Monday, we took a 1 to 2 risk reward trade, and we got stopped out for minus 3.75 handles. And I would say we're headed here. Easy to say now that it's done and over with, but yeah, that's where we're at, guys. Man, not beautiful price action today. Pretty terrible conditions, even looking in hindsight. So, yeah, not much to say about that. But we will be back trading tomorrow morning. We've got core retail sales before market, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. And then right before market open, we've got industrial productions, just a medium impact folder. So nothing too crazy there. But yeah, we'll be back trading normal AM session tomorrow. If we need to trade AM and PM session, we'll do it. But yeah, for future reference, if I just keep seeing conditions like this on Monday, like, don't be surprised. We just dish the day altogether. I'm tired of adding losses to our schedule or to our week each week just because of Monday. Like, we need to not be delusional and understand, like, hey, I mean, this is consistently what we're seeing happen. So, you know, gotta adapt at some point. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, guys, if you need anything, reach out. I'm here. But don't sweat on this. Minus 3.75 handles for the day. It's all good. We got the whole week to trade. I don't got any bachelor parties or weddings this week, so we're gonna be right back on track, guys. Okay. So if you guys need anything, reach out. Don't revenge trade. Don't FOMO trade. Don't do anything silly. And we'll get it all back tomorrow and then some. All right, guys. Peace out. Have an amazing Monday. Need anything, reach out. Have a great day. I will talk to you guys on the session tomorrow morning. Peace out, y'all.